Good evening, MacArthur parents. Thank you for joining us for our February edition of MacArthur Cafe. We have a lot of information for you today. But first, let me introduce you to my team. I have, I'll go in order on my screen from left to right. I have Mr. Bayuk, Assistant Principal. I have Mrs. Kang, Assistant Principal. Mr. Arana, Mr. Johan Arana, our FACE Liaison. And Mrs. Lori Tristan, one of our counselors. So thank you for joining us. As I mentioned, we have a lot of information. You could go ahead and type your questions into the chat if you have any. And as we present, we'll go ahead and try our best to answer them. And then at the end, if you want to hang out and ask questions about anything we presented today, you're more than welcome to.
Buenas tardes, familias de la Escuela MacArthur. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos en esta tarde. Tenemos con nosotros aquí el director, el señor González, el subdirector, el señor Bayuk, la subdirectora, Ms. Kang, la consejera escolar, Mrs. Tristan, y su servidor, el señor Arana. Vamos a estar aquí para hablar un poco más sobre diferentes temas que están ocurriendo en la escuela y diferente información para que usted pueda estar al tanto. Si tiene cualquier pregunta, lo puede poner en el chat. Nosotros estamos monitoreando el chat y también puede mandar un texto al número que aparece en pantalla.
All right. On the agenda for today, we have a link, and this will be sent out as soon as this meeting is over, but there's a link to the superintendent's latest message. He does send out weekly updates on the I guess the state and of the district, and any information regarding COVID-19 and school closures. So you can click on that link as soon as we send this out later on tonight. We're going to have updates on learning labs, progress reports, parent survey, promotion ceremony for our 8th graders, uniform policy, elective selection for our 6th and 7th graders, and then a little advertisement to join our PFO. We need parents to join and get involved. So, and then we'll have that Q&A session at the end.
Entonces, el día de hoy vamos a platicar vamos a tener el mensaje del superintendente. Ya que mandemos esta presentación por Parents Group, usted puede hacerle clic y puede leer lo que tiene que decir el superintendente. También otras actualizaciones que vamos a hablar es sobre los salones de aprendizaje que están ahorita en la escuela, también sobre el reporte de progreso que le llega cada semana, una encuesta de padres, hablar un poco sobre la ceremonia de promoción para los de octavo grado 8, la póliza de uniforme, cómo sus estudiantes van a elegir los selectivos para el próximo año escolar, y también queremos recaudar personas para el PFO. Y al último vamos a tener preguntas y respuestas.
Not sure what that blank screen was.
Yeah.
All right. So Mr. Bike's going to go ahead and talk about learning labs.
Hey, good evening, parents. We're happy to have you, and we wanted to give you a little update on learning labs. As you know, our campuses are closed and everyone is doing distance learning, but we are lucky to have 3 learning labs open on campus, and those learning labs are set up in a ratio of 14-to-1, meaning 14 students to 1 adult in the room, and it is distance learning, but at school. So the students who come here are able to do their instruction virtually using our Wi-Fi and our facilities. Currently, though, we are at a maximum capacity and we are not able to take any more students. If anything opens up, we will always let you know through Parent Square. We have a lot of people who already filled out the waiting list, so we have a long list to kind of go through if we have openings. And if that list opens up again, we'll let you know. We are excited to have some kids on campus, and obviously if we could be open one day fully, that would be great. But for now, we have our learning labs supporting our most neediest students.
Como saben, ahorita todavía seguimos en aprendizaje a distancia, pero ya tenemos como 3 semanas que abrimos los salones de aprendizaje aquí en la escuela MacArthur. Tenemos actualmente 3 salones en la escuela y cada un salón tiene aproximadamente de 14 niños y un adulto. Ellos están haciendo lo mismo que lo que hacían en casa, nada más porque aquí tienen el apoyo de un adulto en el salón, por si tiene cualquier problema con tecnología o cualquier pregunta que le pueden hacer ahí, pero ellos todavía están aprendiendo de sus maestros, que es por medio de Zoom. Actualmente ya estamos en capacidad, entonces no podemos agregar más niños, pero ya mandamos un formulario de interés para las personas que querían ser agregados a esta lista. Entonces, si usted está interesado, a favor de llenar esa lista y vamos a ir basado en esa lista para ver si algún niño se remueve o ya no va a asistir a los salones de aprendizaje. Entonces ya tenemos esa lista con todos los que califican y vamos a tener esa prioridad para los estudiantes que tienen problemas tecnológicos, académicos o otros factores.
And we have our first question in the chat. The question is, do you know if the students are going back in March? Right now, there are no indications that students will return as early as March. So, we will continue to update you on information from the superintendent, which he's working with the Orange County Department of Education and the Orange County Health Agency to make sure that things are safe to return to school. And the minute we know that that's going to happen, you have my word and my promise that you will be the second to know, because I will send out a parent square just like we did for this meeting. So, we appreciate your patience. I know that we're all eager to get our kids back and back in the classroom. So that is first on our priority, but we have to take the lead from the district office, and we'll wait till we get word.
La primera pregunta era que si los estudiantes van a regresar en marzo y hasta ahorita no hay ninguna información de que los estudiantes regresen en marzo, pero en cuanto nos hagan saber a nosotros vamos a mandar un parent square, así como lo hacemos para todas las reuniones y todos los eventos, para que ustedes también estén al tanto. Nosotros estamos siguiendo con lo que está diciendo el superintendente y él se está reuniendo con el Departamento de Educación, el Departamento de Salud para ver cuál es lo más pronto posible para poder regresar a la escuela sanamente y que todos estén seguros.
All right, progress reports. One way we're attempting to keep parents connected and informed about their child's progress is rather than wait for that 6-week update that you get, 3 times a semester and 6 times a year, we're sending out weekly progress reports. You should get them to your email address. And we actually improved, we hope we improved the information we're providing to you. We added a new column to our progress reports, and that is that last column that's colorful. It's in green and red. It said, should I visit office hours? And we thought, to help make it clear for both parents and students, if they're in doubt whether they should attend office hours and get help, we're kind of leading you in the right way or right direction. So if your child has a 75% or higher, they're going to be, they will receive an as needed. If they have below a 75%, they're going to get the red yes, which means they should be attending office hours for that particular class. So if we look at this progress report here, this student has PE, they have an A, they have 100%. There's really no need to go to office hours. They're more than welcome to, but there's not the need for it. Language arts, though, this student has a 73.5. And so we're recommending that student does go to office hours to get the help they need, and before he or she gets a D. So that's kind of our goal, is to keep all of our students at C's or higher, and make it one less step for you as a parent to have to determine, well, where should my kid go? It tells you right here. We're sending them out every Monday, and we're doing that in hopes that starts off the week on the right foot, and the child knows which classes to go to for that week and get the support they need. So again, one extra step we're doing for you guys and your students to make sure that the support is there and you're getting the help you need.
Entonces, cada lunes les están llegando por correo electrónico a los padres y a los estudiantes un reporte de progreso. Ese reporte es lo que tienen actualmente en Aries. Entonces, pueden mirar en rojo los grados. Esa es la calificación actual, el porcentaje que tiene, así que qué tan cerca está del grado más arriba o el grado más abajo. Y algo nuevo que agregamos este semestre es de que le pusimos la columna de que si tiene que asistir a tutoría, a horas de oficina o tutoría con el maestro. Y como mira aquí, si tiene más de 75%, tiene que, nada más le decimos que si según sea necesario, puede ir a horas de oficina. Pero si tiene más abajo del 75%, entonces ponemos ahí en rojo que sí tiene que asistir a tutoría. Entonces esperemos que ustedes estén chequeando esto con su hijo o hija para que ustedes puedan decirles a ellos, especialmente para todo lo que tengan en rojo, que vayan y visiten a sus maestros de esas clases para poder subir esas calificaciones. Entonces, si ustedes no les llegan reporte de progreso, favor de contactar a la oficina, ya que a lo mejor no tenemos su correo electrónico correcto o no tenemos ningún correo electrónico.
And one thing I want to point out too, actually two things, is all the links up at the top. We have a series of links that will hopefully help you as a parent and your student understand some of the like navigating Canvas, Google Classroom, Aries. And so these are very helpful links if you ever get stuck and you know it's after school hours and you can't get a hold of us. You're more than welcome to click on these links and watch short tutorials on how to access grades, turn in assignments, and stuff like that. And the other thing I want to point out, oops, is that we put the percentage here because I think it is important that you celebrate even small successes. So let's say your kid has a 73% today, and you know they turn in a bunch of work and they're trying their best, and they still have a C at the end of the week, but they went from a 73 to a 78%. That's still cause for celebration. They went up 5%. They're that much closer to a B. And so I don't always like, you know, that we fixate on the letter grade because sometimes we discourage our kids from continuing to try hard because we're focused on that letter grade and we don't feel like anything's being accomplished. But focus on the percentage. And as long as that's going in a positive direction, then I think we have reason to celebrate.
También arriba, si puede mirar los enlaces en azul, esos son enlaces para que usted pueda ver si tiene problemas, si quiere entrar para Aries, Google Classroom o cualquier, cómo entregar trabajos en Canvas o todo eso. Entonces, esos son enlaces que usted puede ir y hay videos o información sobre eso, sobre ese tema. También algo que queremos especificar aquí es que ponemos los porcentajes para que también ustedes en casa celebren con sus hijos o hijas. Si a lo mejor tienen una 6, está en un 73%, pero para la próxima semana entrega trabajos y sube un 78%, todavía aquí va a aparecer como una C, pero ya subió 5%. Entonces, queremos también que celebre con eso para que ellos su hijo o hija se pueda seguir motivando y pueda seguir subiendo el grado y poderlo actualmente cambiarlo a una B.
Good evening, parents. So we're gonna ask you guys if you can participate and help us with taking a few minutes to complete the parent survey. We have some parents who already filled it out and we really appreciate that. But if we can just get more of you to participate, the more information we can gather, the more helpful we can be to support your children. And so we would just love it if you can complete the survey for us. And we will also provide the link for you in the chat as well.
También queremos recibir su apoyo ahorita con esta encuesta de padres, que tome unos minutitos para llenar esa encuesta. Nosotros queremos saber qué estamos haciendo bien, qué podemos mejorar y también todo eso es para mejoría para todos nuestros estudiantes y que para que ellos puedan seguir sobresaliendo. Entonces vamos a poner el enlace de esta encuesta en el chat para que usted lo pueda completar. Y muchas gracias a todos aquellos padres que a lo mejor ya lo completaron, si lo hicieron cuando lo mandaron por Parent Square, pero para todos los padres que no lo han hecho, a favor de hacerlo y tomar unos minutitos para hacer esta encuesta es para mejoría de la escuela.
All right, we're going to talk about uniform policy, and I don't want to cause too much stress, but I do want to prepare our families for when we do return to school. I know that that may not even be a thought in our minds right now, and I know some of you guys are already counting down the minutes and days and minutes to when we can return to school. And so we are going to, and I always have to correct myself when I say this, we have always had a uniform policy. We are going to enforce it as it is. And so I could read through this and I will in a minute, but it's going to be there for you to you know, take a browse yourself later on when we share the link with you. But the purpose is that it's expected that all MacArthur students dress for success, and that is the key. That we want them to dress for success, teach them positive habits for life, and that's every single day. Our students are scholars, and their dress and general appearance should not detract from or interfere with teaching and learning. And so we've kind of expanded the uniform policy to be a little more lenient or flexible, hoping that we get more buy-in from you as parents, because The reality is your support is key to our success. Without you guys and girls, we cannot do what we do. You send us well-prepared students every day, and we do the best we can with them. But when we receive kids who are, distracting others from learning, focused on the latest trend in fashion, it does take away from what we're here for, and that's teaching and learning. So there's a girls model and a boys model. It's shirts and blouses with sleeves and collars, tucked in at the waist, and must be one solid color. Any color is okay, but no neon or fluorescent colors. We expect a solid color skirt, colettes, skirts, Bermudas, dresses with sleeves and a collar, jumpers or slacks. And this is the expansion of the dress code. We're going to allow blue or black jeans because that had never been in the dress code. A solid color sweater, jacket, or sweatshirt is fine. Solid color socks at knee or below, and then solid color vest and are permitted when worn over a blouse. This is the district policy. This is not the MacArthur policy. This is the district policy that every other middle school in our district follows. And for some reason here at MacArthur, which is a fundamental school, and we pride ourselves on good behavior and high academic standards. For some reason or another, we have kind of strayed from that. And so I want to make sure that we are focusing on what's most important, that is your child's education, and they come to a safe and welcoming environment. For girls, we expect them to wear, it's very similar to boys, plain shirts with sleeves and a collar tucked in at the waist. And again, it must be one solid color. Any color is okay except for neon or fluorescent. Solid color slacks. Oh, I did that backwards. I'm sorry. I did girls first, and now I'm doing boys. Solid color slacks or Bermuda shorts with waistbands no higher than 2 inches. And again, black or blue jeans, a solid color sweater, jacket or sweatshirt, solid color white socks with mid-calf or below, and then solid color vest as long as there's a shirt worn underneath. And so that is what we're going to go with. We're going to have plenty of spirit wear for students to wear. That is another compromise we're making. If they're wearing a MacArthur shirt, if it's a MacArthur t-shirt, they do not have to tuck it in. So they could wear a MacArthur t-shirt and a pair of jeans, and that could be considered part of the uniform policy. So we're not trying to make this difficult. We're just trying our best to keep the focus on academics and not any of the other distractions that many other schools face. And so we appreciate your support, and we hope that we have it. Did you memorize all that, Johan?
Sí, sí, ahorita vamos a hablar un poco sobre la póliza de uniforme. Nada más queremos de antemano decirles que el uniforme siempre hemos tenido el uniforme aquí en la escuela MacArthur, pero por alguna razón nadie lo estaba siguiendo. Entonces, vamos a empezar otra vez de nuevo y vamos a empezar otra vez con el uniforme aquí en la escuela. Entonces, ya queremos que vayan pensando ustedes para cuando regresemos a la escuela, que ya tengan eso. Ya tengan esa información y que ya tengan de que va a ser con uniforme. Entonces, el propósito de esto es que se espera que todos los estudiantes de MacArthur se vistan para el éxito todos los días. Nuestros estudiantes son eruditos y su vestimenta y apariencia general no debe estar de restar valor inferior con la enseñanza y aprendizaje. Entonces, nuestro enfoque principal es su enseñanza y aprendizaje. No queremos que la vestimenta de cada estudiante haya distracciones y todo eso, y por seguridad de todos los estudiantes también por eso es que estamos implementando otra vez esta póliza de uniforme. Entonces, para el modelo de vestir para las niñas son las camisas, blusas con mangas y cuello, metidas en la cintura, deben de ser de un color sólido, entonces puede ser cualquier color, está bien, nada más que no sea color neón ni colores fosforescentes. Las faldas, los skirts que son como chores con falda, bermudas, vestidos con mangas y cuello de colores lisos, o pantalones, y pueden usar jeans azules o negros. Eso es algo que nosotros agregamos aquí en la escuela, que los estudiantes pueden usar jeans azules o negros con cualquier color de polo. Entonces puede ser suéter con chaqueta, sudadera de color liso, calcetines de color liso de la rodilla para abajo, y se permiten chalecos con color sólido cuando usa una blusa o camisa. Entonces, eso viene directamente del distrito. Lo único que nosotros aquí le agregamos fue que pueden usar los pantalones jeans que sean negros o azules. Y para los niños es casi lo mismo, las camisas lisas con mangas y cuello, metidas en la cintura, debe de ser color liso, el color debe de estar, puede ser cualquier color que no sea color neón o fosforescente. Pantalones igual pueden ser jeans azules o negros. El suéter puede ser chaqueta o sudadera de color liso, calcetines blancos o de color liso y pueden también tiene que ser de la pantorrilla para abajo, media pantorrilla para abajo, y se permite chalecos de color liso sólido cuando usan sobre una camisa. Entonces, todo eso nada más estamos trayéndolo otra vez para que lo tengan en mente, que cuando regresemos a la escuela se va a implementar el uniforme. Y no nada más es porque nos queremos enfocar en todo lo académico y somos una escuela fundamental. Entonces, la importancia de lo académico y menos distracciones es muy importante. La escuela Méndez usa uniforme, varias escuelas, la escuela Villa, entonces queremos estar al nivel de esas escuelas con los uniformes, porque somos la única escuela que ahorita actualmente nadie seguía esa regla, entonces cuando van al parque o cualquier cosa por modos de seguridad, cuando tiene el estudiante un uniforme, es más fácil de saber quién es de nosotros y quién es de Saddleback High School, ya que está la preparatoria aquí muy cerca. Entonces, eso es para cuando regresemos en persona. Pero esa póliza siempre ha estado implementada, nada más que ahorita la estamos, antes nadie la seguía y ahorita ya va a estar, ya va a ser implementada cuando regresemos a la escuela en persona.
All right, parents, let's talk about eighth grade promotion ceremony. Now, I know many of you here may not have eighth graders, so if you're an eighth grade parent, this really pertains to you. If you're not an eighth grade parent, know that this information may not necessarily pertain to you. This year, due to the pandemic and being campus being closed, and just for safety reasons, we will be having a virtual promotion ceremony. If you had a student that went here last year, you may have seen our wonderful production of our virtual promotion ceremony, and we hope to top that this year with another great virtual promotion ceremony. We will give you an opportunity to submit photos for the promotion ceremony, so look for that coming soon. We'd love to see pictures of your children, and we'll use them as part of the presentation. You will be receiving a yard sign, and the yard sign is going to say congratulations to your 2021 promotion from MacArthur. It looks really great. We got to see a proof of it today. And we are working on that eighth grade virtual awards ceremony as well, because we want to celebrate your students, not just for promoting from MacArthur Fundamental, one of the best intermediate schools in the county, but we also want to definitely note who is getting awards and things. We look very excited. We're very excited to get that happen soon.
I'm going to correct you, Mr. Bayou. I'm going to say the best.
Oh, the best. There you go.
The best.
Entonces, eso es para los que tienen hijos del octavo grado. Vamos a hablar un poco sobre la ceremonia de promoción de octavo grado. Debido en la situación que nos encontramos y cómo no estamos en persona, la ceremonia de promoción será virtual. Entonces, si usted ya tuvo un hijo el año pasado, miró cómo la celebración fue una presentación en video, todos bien arreglados y bien, todo muy bonito. Entonces, eso va a ser la promoción virtual. Los padres van a tener oportunidad de enviar fotos para el video de la ceremonia de promoción. Entonces, los invitamos que cuando salga esa información, usted tome el tiempo de arreglar a su hijo, vestirlo bien con vestimenta de fiesta y todo eso para que se tome esa foto y pueda ser vista en la promoción virtual. También le vamos a proporcionar letreros para el patio. Si ahorita miran, hay diferentes signs que están hablando sobre el COVID alrededor de Santana, pero esta vez van a ser sobre dándoles las felicitaciones a sus hijos y hijas por haber terminado el grado 8. Va a tener el logo de la escuela MacArthur con los colores y va a decir 2021. Entonces, eso se le van a dar a todos los estudiantes del grado 8 y también le vamos a dar su certificado de promoción. Y ahorita actualmente estamos trabajando para tener una ceremonia de premios de octavo grado que va a ser también virtual. Entonces, si su hijo o hija va a recibir algún premio, entonces va a recibir una notificación para que nos acompañe y celebre con su hijo todos estos triunfos que han tenido en la escuela MacArthur.
Okay, so we're switching gears a little bit, and now we are talking about the elective selection process. So it is time. We're coming up to have our 6th and 7th graders select the electives that they're going to be choosing for next year. And here at MacArthur, that is the class that students get a choice to choose from. They don't get a chance to choose their language arts, math, science, social studies, or PE classes, but they do get a chance to choose electives. So as 6th and 7th graders moving on to 7th and 8th grade for the 2021-22 school year, they will have multiple classes to choose from. So we have art, AVID, journalism, medical detectives and marine biology, music, which is band or strings, our PAL class, robotics, Spanish, speech and debate, technology, and yearbook. We have a lot of offerings. So what's going to happen is next week through Tiger Connection on March 1st through 5th, the 6th and 7th grade classes will watch a series of videos. Each of the elective teachers has recorded a video to show the students what the elective is about. And then the following week, March 8th through the 10th, Ms. Silva and I will go into classes and we will talk to the students about how to register for their electives. So we do want you as parents to sit down with your student and you're going to review the elective choices. You may watch the videos again if you would like, and you are going to select together the top 3 choices that your child would like to take for their elective class next year. So they will rank first, second, and third choice. That will happen on a Google form, which we will let your student know about when we go out to classes. And then by March 16th, we will ask your student to complete that form. And that is how we will pick their elective class for next year. We do encourage you to please talk to them about the elective that they would like to take too, because sometimes what happens is they will choose something that they don't like and then they'll ask to change it. And unfortunately, we won't be able to change the elective choice once they have their elective chosen. So we do make a lot of efforts, almost always give the student their first choice unless a class becomes super full or we have to cancel it for some reason. And then we'll go to their second or third choice. So please sit down with your student, let them tell you what they would like to take, and then make sure that's okay with you and have them complete that Google form so that they can get their elective in for next school year.
Did you memorize all that, Johan?
Sorry, Mr. Arana.
Entonces ahorita voy a hablar un poco sobre el proceso para seleccionar la clase electiva y este es solamente para los estudiantes que actualmente están en el grado 6 y el 7. Entonces los maestros de las clases selectivas crearon videos para mostrarle de qué se trata cada clase y los estudiantes lo van a ver esos videos del primero, la próxima semana, del 1 al 5 de marzo en su clase de Tiger Connection. Así que es muy importante que su hijo o hija llegue a esa clase puntual a las 7:50 para que ellos sepan de qué se trata cada electivo. Entonces, luego también las consejeras van a hablar van a ir a las clases, hablar con los estudiantes del grado 6 y 7 del 8 al 10 de marzo para explicarles el proceso, qué es lo que van a hacer y decirle un poco sobre las clases que hay para escoger. Y luego los estudiantes y los padres revisarán las opciones optativas y elegirán las 3 primeros de preferencia. Entonces es muy importante que usted como padre y su hijo se sienten y miren los videos, hablen de cuál es la clase que le gusta y platiquen para que el estudiante pueda tomar la clase que él desee y no escoja una clase que a lo mejor le gusta a usted, pero a lo mejor el estudiante no la quiere y después ya que empiezan las clases, él se quiera salir de ahí y ya es muy difícil de que él se salga porque ya todas las clases se llenaron y todo eso. Así que es muy importante que tengan esa conversación con su hijo o hija para que seleccionen la primera opción, segunda opción y tercera opción. Regularmente le dan la primera opción a todos los estudiantes y si no la segunda opción. Así que es muy importante que hagan eso con su hijo o hija. Y también entonces antes del 16 de marzo los estudiantes deben de completar un Google Form donde ellos van a seleccionar sus clases. Entonces usted puede hacer eso con ellos y para que ustedes miren qué clases seleccionaron y así usted también esté de acuerdo con lo que está haciendo o le diga por qué quiere esa clase y todo eso. Así que nada más durante ese proceso queremos la comunicación para que cada estudiante tenga la clase que él desee y no haya problemas después de que a lo mejor no le guste o luego le diga que está agarrando un mal grado porque no le gusta esa clase y no la quería y todo eso. Así que nada más comunique con su hijo y ya para el 16 de marzo tiene que seleccionar las primeras 3 opciones de qué clase quiere. Como mira, tenemos tenemos clase de arte, de haber, de periodismo, si le interesa lo de médico o ciencia marina, entonces puede tomar esa clase. De música tenemos también PAL, que la clase la da el señor Boyd y está presente aquí también ahorita. Tenemos la clase de robótica, la clase de español, speech and debate, que es debate, y tecnología, y la clase que se encarga de hacer el anuario. Entonces, todas estas opciones están disponibles, así que hable con su hijo o hija para seleccionar las mejores que crea que le beneficia a él o a ella.
All right, and just to answer a few of the questions, they've been answered within the chat, but in case you're not able to keep up, one of the questions is, do they get just one elective? They will only take one elective, but they can choose their top 3 choices, and they may or may not get their first choice. So it's very important to make sure you order your electives in the order of preference, and then we will try our best to give everybody their first choice. It's not always possible, so then we move on to the second and third choice, but they will only have one elective. The only exception to that is if we offer a 0 period for ASB or one of our other classes, then those students get to pick 2 electives because they do have to be with us the entire day. But I don't know what the reality of having a 0 period is this year. But if it's available, I'll make sure to communicate that to all of our students and parents.
La pregunta era que cuántas clases electivas puede escoger el estudiante y siempre nada más es una clase electiva por estudiante y así que siempre regularmente le damos la opción número 1 y si no la 2, pero nada más es una clase de electiva por estudiante.
And then Keith Tran asked if we have a beginning Spanish class, and we absolutely do. We have Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. Spanish 1 would be for those with 0 to little Spanish speaking skills, and then Spanish 2 would be for those who've already taken Spanish 1 and they're looking for an advanced class. So we do
una pregunta era sobre la clase de español, que si es nada más para personas que sepan español y no, esa clase es para personas que no saben nada o de muy poquitos. Tenemos la clase 1 y también tenemos la 2, que es para personas que a lo mejor ya manejan el español un poquito mejor.
All right, and Mr. Boyd made a comment. I'm sorry, Peter Boyd made a comment, and he said he heard Pell is a great class, and I've also heard the same, that Pell is a great class. It's peer assistance leadership, and it's a great opportunity for students looking to become student leaders on campus. So
también aquí tenemos al maestro, a Mr. Boyd, que es maestro de Pell. Es una clase electiva y él puso en el chat que es una clase que escuchó que es una clase muy buena. Entonces, si quiere que su hijo sea un líder aquí en la escuela, esa clase les enseña diferentes, cómo ser líderes durante, ya que están en clase y hacer actividades escolares.
All right, and now we have PFO.
PFO, so we need PFO members. We currently have a PFO, but we're looking for members. We have available positions. Make sure you volunteer today. We do fundraisers, plan support events. When we are on campus, we have student store sales. We're trying to implement the MacArthur merchandise sale. So if we would be selling the t-shirts, the sweaters, and also they support school events and school trips, and so much more. So we have positions available. If you're interested, we're gonna send out the link in the chat to complete the Google form. And then on the Google form, you can say if you wanna run for president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, or just be a member. So we join our team today. We're really excited to get this going. And we'll be starting, and then hopefully by the beginning of the school year, next school year, we'll have a completed PFO, and then we'll go from there. Necesitamos miembros para que nos sean parte del PFO. El PFO es un grupo de la escuela, es como el PTA o de las escuelas que queremos que los padres sean voluntarios. ellos ayudan a recaudar fondos para la escuela, planear y apoyar eventos en la escuela. Tienen ventas en la tienda estudiantil y ventas de mercancía de la escuela MacArthur, como los suéteres y las playeras, apoyar eventos escolares y mucho más. Entonces tenemos posiciones disponibles ahorita como presidente, vicepresidente, tesorero, secretario o nada más puede ser un miembro. Entonces vamos a mandar un chat. En el chat está el enlace si usted quiere participar o quiere ser voluntario. Favor de llenar ese para nosotros ponemos en contacto con ustedes para que podamos tener esa primera reunión y podamos empezar a trabajar juntos y planear eventos para nuestros estudiantes.
All right, so please consider joining PFO. Our school is super dependent on parent involvement, and the more PFO members we have, the stronger school we have, the more support we can provide our students. And studies show parents who are involved increase their child's performance increases. At least that's what I've been told.
We have a question in the chat regarding the Spanish elective. If they take Spanish for 2 years, will they get a certificate of
I'm not
being
sure
bilingual?
if my mic can be heard right now. Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yes,
we
we
can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So our upcoming events that we have going on is that we
Oh,
have an
I don't
8th grade
think-
parent meeting that
oh.
will be to be announced in terms of the date. But
Miss Kang, can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So hold on, we're answering one last question from the previous
Oh.
slide, and then we'll move on
I'm
to you.
so sorry. I didn't
No, I
hear
think
you.
I don't think you had
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
have
couldn't.
sound the whole time.
Yeah. Only on Zoom.
Okay.
Weird.
All right. The question was, if they take 2 years of Spanish, do they get a certificate? Right?
Yeah, certificate of being bilingual.
Bilingual.
Do you want me to answer that question?
Yeah,
or-
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, so as an elective, the answer is yes. If you are going to take Spanish, you will take it in 7th grade and 8th grade year. It does help you get a little bit ahead in terms of taking high school Spanish in placement in high school for the foreign language requirement, which they will have to take 2 years of in high school. As far as the certificate for the bilingual, I'm guessing it's the pathway to biliteracy. That is actually completed in high school, but in middle school at the end of 8th grade, taking that Spanish class can qualify them to earn the ribbon. They get a ribbon in 8th grade if they are considered on the pathway to biliteracy. And if they continue their foreign language in high school and they do well, then they will go ahead and get a seal on their diploma that shows that they are biliterate. So it could be Spanish. It can also be a different language if they've learned a different language. So 2 years here if you're going to take Spanish, and then you can earn your ribbon for the pathway to biliteracy. And then in high school, go ahead, take Spanish as a foreign language if you've taken it here, and you can earn your pathway to biliteracy seal on your diploma.
And they
All
can
right.
earn the ribbon by also taking the test, right? If they don't take the Spanish.
I believe so,
Like
yes.
if they're 8th graders
Yeah.
and they didn't take Spanish.
Mr. Gonzalez, we had a PFO question. Are you planning to have PFO meetings this year, or are you talking about next year?
We have to work out some details with the current PFO members and see how we can get this all situated, because there are bylaws that we have to follow. And so as soon as we could kind of iron out all those details, it's my intention to start the PFO this year so we could hit the ground running next year. And so that is the intention. I don't know, everybody's kind of taking a step back from all those things that are not necessarily vital to running the school right now. So we're going to try our best to get it going, but we'll let you know. The main thing is, if you fill out that Google form, we will be in contact with you, throughout the whole process to let you know when we're going to have meetings and elections and stuff like that.
La pregunta era sobre el PFO, si van a empezar este año escolar o pasa el próximo año escolar. Y ahorita estamos tratando de ver eso porque estamos trabajando con el PFO actual, pero aunque ya no están los padres aquí en esa escuela, pero todavía son parte del PFO, para ver si podemos empezar ya ahorita, para empezar a planear, y ya cuando empiece el año escolar que viene, ya nada más empezar ya con todo en línea. Entonces, también la otra pregunta que hicieron fue sobre la clase de español, si deben de tomar la clase 2 años y para obtener el certificado de bilingüe. Ms. Tristan les comentó que Si toman clase en español en el grado 7, es recomendable que lo tomen en el grado 8 y después también que lo tomen en la high school, ya que en la high school requieren 2 años o 3 referidos de lenguaje. Entonces, aquí cuando la toman esas 2 años de aquí en 7 y 8, en el grado 8 también toman un examen de español donde le pueden ser calificados para recibir una banda, un botón que dice que están en el proceso de ser biliterate, que es que saben hablar y escribir y leer diferentes idiomas, más de un idioma. Entonces, ese puede ser ya sea español, inglés, o español y vietnamís, o español y otro idioma. Entonces, eso hay hay un rúbrico que tienen que ser, tienen que tener para tener ciertos grados en los exámenes estatales, en el grado en clases de inglés y todo eso, pero todo eso le va a ayudar para recibir eso. Y ya en high school es cuando ellos pueden recibir el sello que está en el diploma de high school, ya que se gradúan, para que dice que ellos son biliterate, que tienen ese sello en su certificado. Entonces, pero es recomendable que tomen también, si van a tomar español aquí, que también lo tomen en high school para que puedan hacer eso y puedan recibir ese sello.
Okay, upcoming events. Sorry for that earlier. So our 8th grade parent meeting, like I mentioned before, it will be to be announced, and you'll get more information regarding that. So just be on the lookout for that. And then we are planning to have a first semester awards drive-through recognition, and we set up a tentative date for March 27th. So just be again on the lookout for that as well. And we're hoping that we can do that and, be able to see all of our first semester awards students. We're also going to have the college and career presentation with our school counselor, which will be on Tuesday, March 23rd from 6 to 7 p.m. So please join us for that. And we plan to have a MacArthur family night on Thursday, April 1st from 6 to 7 p.m. So we would love for all of you guys to join us for that event. And then spring break is April 5th through 9th.
Entonces, próximos eventos, vamos a tener una junta para los padres del grado 8. Todavía estamos en la fecha, no tenemos la fecha exacta, pero en cuanto sepamos la fecha, le vamos a hacer saber por Parent Square. También tenemos unos premios de primer semestre, un reconocimiento que va a ser drive-thru, y la fecha tentativa va a ser marzo 27, es un sábado. Entonces va a ser un drive-thru y es uno de los va a ser del primer semestre. También tenemos una presentación universitaria y profesional con nuestras consejeras escolares. Va a ser el martes 23 de marzo de 6 a 7. Va a ser algo similar como la presentación que tuvimos este mes que que va por terminar. Y también tenemos una noche familiar de MacArthur. Va a ser el jueves 1 de abril de 6 a 7. Y después siguen las vacaciones de primavera, que son del 5 al 9 de abril.
All right. You can stay in contact with us. There's a lot of different ways you can contact us. You always have our main line number here at the office, which is 714-568-7700. We have people answering the phone from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. For students who have a quick question and don't necessarily want to call the front office, they could use our Tiger helpline, which is 1-323-4-TIGERS. They could either call that number or text, and we're pretty responsive to that throughout the week. And then for resources to help parents, you could contact our MacArthur Family Resource Line, which is 714-497-0553. That's manned by Mr. Johan Arana, and he will get back to you as soon as he can, which is usually within minutes. And we have all of our social media tags. Sorry, Johan. Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
Entonces queremos que ustedes se mantengan conectados con nosotros. Siempre estamos disponibles aquí en la oficina de 7:30 a 4. Pueden llamarnos a la 714-568-7700. Si su estudiante tiene alguna pregunta o quiere hablar con la consejera o un administrador, puede llamar también al 323-4-TIGERS y ahí pueden aceptar llamada o texto. Y si se quiere conectar conmigo para algún recurso o tiene algún problema con Aries o Parent Square o no sabe con quién hablar o no sabe con quién ir, se puede contactar conmigo al 714-497-0553 y también acepto llamadas por mensaje o textos. Asegúrese de seguir nuestra página de Facebook. Ahí actualmente actualizamos con fotos de eventos que tenemos, cosas que están pasando aquí en la escuela y también por Instagram, Twitter, YouTube y TikTok, Snapchat por MacArthur FIS. Y puede contactarse también con cualquiera de nosotros vía Parent Square. Ahí también puede hacerlo como por mensaje.
Parents, we encourage you to follow us on our social media. We love to tell you our story and let you know everything that is happening here at MacArthur. So make sure you follow us at MacArthur FB on Facebook and at MacArthur FIS on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Make sure you click that bell so you can get notified when we release new videos on our YouTube channel, and make sure to subscribe.
Is it click the button or smash the button?
Smash that bell. Yes.
Oh, smash the bell.
Smash that bell, guys. If you want to
All
get
right.
notified, smash that bell.
All right, it's 5:45. We have about 15 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Johan.
I think there's several questions. I think it's about enrollment. You know how I sent out the to enroll for next year? We want to get them ready to make sure. So I don't know if we want to talk about that.
All right, so we'll spend the next 15 minutes answering the questions in the chat. And then if you have any additional questions, go ahead and start typing them in now and we'll go through in order. So I'm kind of scrolling backwards. I see Miss Marquez saying, when can I enroll my son? So if your son's currently in 7th grade, they will learn about electives next week. The following week, which is March 8th, 9th, and 10th, they will be visited by their counselors in their social studies class. And then the following week, they will submit their elective choices, hopefully after talking to you and going over what the best choice for them is. And as Ms. Tristan said, once they select the electives and school starts, it's really hard to move them. So we need your support in going over the choices and helping them understand what the best match is for them.
Is that are they talking about enrolling for next school year or the electives? You know how we send out that information to make sure they have Aries? Do you know the date?
Yeah. Oh, the date for that is, I believe it opens up March 11th.
Okay.
Is that for our current students or?
That's for all students. I believe it's going to open up for all students.
Okay. And there is a couple of questions about students going from 8th to 9th grade registration. The high schools will actually reach out to you to let you know how to select the electives and the rest of their classes. So look for probably an email to go out to you either through Parent Square or to your student. So definitely be checking Parent Square and student emails for those. And those will probably start in about March as well.
Entonces hay varias preguntas sobre registración. Yo mandé un mensaje para todos asegurarnos que todos tengan acceso a Aries, porque este año registración para el próximo año escolar va a ser por Aries. Entonces, por ahí va a verificar toda la información de su estudiante y para que así pueda inscribirlo para año escolar, el próximo año escolar. Si usted tiene alguien que va a ir a la high school, entonces regularmente las high schools le van a mandar un correo electrónico a usted haciéndole saber que ya puede inscribirlo, o a lo mejor cuando usted se meta a Aries, ahí va a aparecer arriba un mensaje que dice que ya lo puede registrar, entonces va a seguir los pasos que dice ahí en ese link.
All right, and just to make sure we answer Sandra Aguilar's question, same date, she's asking when will incoming 6th graders be able to register? It's going to be March 11th as well. We will communicate that through Parent Square and through our website. So you should start to see that information coming your way in just a few days. It's hard to believe that March 1st is on Monday. And so it's right around the corner.
We also had a question about family night. Will there be a sign up for that? Yes.
Yes, there's going to be a sign up for that. I usually do it a week or a week and a half before the date, and they usually have a date to pick up your materials. Just make sure if you sign up, you pick up your materials, because by signing up, you're taking somebody else's spot. So after we run out of materials, we stop the sign up. So just make sure if you do sign up, you either pick up the materials and participate, or let us know so that we could give it to somebody else. But yeah, I'll send out that link maybe late, like in the week of March 22nd
Mhm.
for April 1st.
Then I see a question from Zulma Arroyo. How will the dress code be enforced? MacArthur's always had a dress code card similar to our homework and tardy cards. It's progressive and discipline, or consequence, I should say. And so, the first couple are going to be warnings. We're going to use it as a teachable moment to go over appropriate dress attire at MacArthur. And then, after the third and beyond, it starts to progress in consequence. So the first one, and I'm kind of going off the top of my head here, but it could be something like a 15-minute detention or a phone call home, and then progress further and further through that. And I can't explain or reiterate enough how important parent support is for this. We want MacArthur to be a safe, friendly, welcoming environment for all of our students, and for the focus to be on academics. And we're hoping that's why you chose to come to MacArthur as well, is because you value all those things like we do. And so your support is going to be crucial to the success of getting our kids focused back on academics and not all the other distractions that come along with being a teenager. So we thank you in advance for your support, and we hope that we could count on you.
La pregunta era sobre cómo van a enforzar el código de vestimenta. Entonces, como tenemos nosotros tarjetas de tarea, tarjetas de comportamiento, hay una tarjeta igual de vestimenta. Entonces, esa tarjeta, cada vez que no traiga el uniforme o no esté siguiendo el código de la póliza de uniforme, se le va a dar la tarjeta, y a lo mejor la primera vez es una llamada a la casa, la segunda vez puede ser que tiene que ir a detención, o la tercera vez puede ser hablar con el director. Así que es diferente. Hay diferentes pasos que van a tomar, pero se llenan con la tarjeta. Lo más importante de eso es que tengamos el apoyo de todos los padres, ya que sin el apoyo de los padres para lo del uniforme, no vamos a poder hacer esto. Entonces, tanto como ustedes seleccionaron venir aquí a la escuela MacArthur por todo lo académico y todo lo bueno que hay, queremos también que ustedes nos apoyen ahorita que estamos tratando de implementar el uniforme para que pueda ser una transición muy smoothly, que todo corra bien, para que y todo eso se hace por la seguridad de los estudiantes y para que no haya ninguna distracción, y todo sea por lo académico, y que sean puedan tener esa educación y académica aquí que se les está proveyendo.
All right, I think we've answered all the questions so far. Actually, one just popped up. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I think I can read enough. Let's see.
Are we sending the
registration information for Segerstrom again? Johan, you want to answer that one? It's in Spanish. It's March. They should start the same time we do, which is March 11th.
But they said that Segerstrom told them that we're sending the information.
No.
No, la pregunta es si su hijo salió de la lotería para Segerstrom, que nosotros no vamos a mandar la información. Esa información viene de la escuela Segerstrom. Entonces, usted tiene que estar al pendiente de un correo o algo de la escuela Segerstrom, y eso va a ser, eso empieza marzo 11.
Yeah. And, actually, now that I think about it, once we get that information, we will go ahead and push it out to all of our families, 6th through 8th grade. And so for those who are attending a fundamental high school, or even a regular comprehensive high school, they'll have those dates as well. So you'll hopefully get it from both ends. You'll get it from MacArthur on your way out, and then the new school, Segerstrom, or whatever high school that you're attending.
En cuanto nos den información sobre eso, también nosotros vamos a mandar un parent square para que ustedes estén al tanto, y es mejor recibir más información que no información, y así usted lo pueda ya sea hacer con su hijo o hija, pero sí va a ser marzo 11.
We have a
Patty.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we have a question on the Tiger line. Just an incoming MacArthur student for next year asking when they will receive their registration information.
Around March 11th is the March 11th. So 3/11 is the magic date.
Thank you.
And then we have a
Marzo es
question
cuando
from
van a
Patty.
recibir todo.
Okay, go ahead.
Marzo 11 es cuando van a recibir toda la información sobre registración, así que estén al pendiente. Nosotros vamos a mantener comunicados con ustedes, pero marzo 11 es cuando todos los estudiantes van a poderse empezar a registrar para el próximo año escolar.
I see Patty Rios with the question. I just joined. Do they choose their electives, or when do they choose their electives and classes for upcoming seventh graders? So that will be the first 2 weeks of March. They'll learn about the elective choices, our options, March 1st through the 5th, and then March 8th, 9th, and 10th. They will get some information from their counselors through their history class. And then the following week, they will hopefully sit down with you, go over the videos and discuss which option they want to choose and which one you're willing to support them in. And then they make their choices with a Google form. So kind of that first 2 weeks of March is key. And we will send home parent squares to remind you and let you know that the Google form link is live and that you could sit down with your kids and submit. There will be a signature line required so that we know we have parent involvement in the selection process. Because again, we believe you're key to your child's education, and we want you to have a say in which electives they are taking.
We had a question in the chat regarding testing. When are we going to be starting SBAC and MAP testing? And right now we are planning on the SBAC, which is the state test, to start after spring break. And currently there is not a plan to administer the spring MAP. We're looking at SBAC after spring break.
So, una pregunta era sobre los exámenes estatales. Empezamos a empezar SBAC, que es el examen estatal, después de las vacaciones de la primavera. Así que sería el 11, empezando el 11 de abril. Y no se va a dar MAP testing para la primavera. El MAP testing no va a haber para la primavera.
All right, I don't see any new questions. We still have 5 minutes, so we'll hang out. We got one. So would you like to recommend my daughter take Spanish or as her elective if she's taking beginner Spanish now? So if she's taking Spanish 1 now, the next course in sequence would be Spanish 2. If she's taking language and culture 1, then she would take language and culture 2 next year. So it's just important to figure out which one she's currently taking. Is it Spanish 1 or language and culture 1? And then it'll be clearly indicated on the Google form that, you know, in order to take 2, you must have taken Spanish 1 or language and culture 1. So they are there is a prerequisite. I have a hard time saying that word for that class always. I agree, Mrs. Cower. All our school staff is very nice. I have a wonderful staff. We're so lucky at MacArthur to have such talented and caring educators. So, and our office staff and everyone here, it really does take a team to make this all work. And I don't know how I was so lucky to land here, but I'm grateful for it. Oh, by the way, she loves Miss Barber. She was super scared in the beginning. We all love Miss Barber. She's an amazing teacher, and she does a great job with her students. So very fortunate. All right, we're coming up to 6 o'clock. We'll hang out for about 2 more minutes and answer any last second questions. And then at 6, we will call it quits. Not at 8. You guys' eyes opened up wide.
We had one question on the Tiger line that was just asking that they've heard that now teachers are getting vaccinated. Will that mean a plan to reopen possibly this year or next year? And while it's true that the county has now opened Group 1B for educators, there currently is no plan to reopen in person at this time.
La pregunta era que como ya están vacunando a maestros y a personal de la escuela, si va a haber una proposición de abrir la escuela, ya sea este año escolar o el próximo año escolar, pero hasta ahorita sí abrieron ese tier, la sección 1B para educadores, pero no hay ninguna fecha para regresar ahorita.
All right.
Also, before we end, I just want to let you guys all know, next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to have Boca de Oro. It's a festival of culture, of arts, literacy festival of arts. It's usually in downtown Santa Ana, but this year it's going to be virtual. You can sign up at www.bocadeoro.org. And our art teacher, Miss Cunningham, will be presenting on Friday from 6:30 to 7. So you're welcome to join her her session. She's going to be presenting on art and how doing art during this distance learning. So it's Friday, March 5th, 6th and 7th, Boca de Oro. It's an arts festival.
Oh,
Again-
and breaking news. Somebody's watching who has a correction for us. The registration packets actually start March 1st, so that's Monday. So we will make sure to get that information out to you tomorrow and how to prepare for those packet or those online registration process. We'll get that information out to you tomorrow. We've sent it out once already, but we'll send it out one more time tomorrow. And then you can start registering on Monday, March 1st. Thank you, Ms. Gomez, who's watching from home.
También ahorita que tengo tiempo, quería más promocionar el evento que está haciendo la ciudad de Santana con el distrito de Santana, el departamento de arte. Se llama Boca de Oro. Es el viernes, marzo 5 al domingo 7 de marzo. Es un festival, va a ser un festival virtual de arte y literatura. Entonces hay eventos para toda la familia. Se puede registrar en www.bocadeoro.org. Y nuestra maestra de arte, Miss Cunningham, va a estar presentando el día viernes de 6:30 a 7. Así que hay que apoyarla y hay que ir a su sesión. Se puede registrar, como lo dije, por internet.
All right. It looks like the questions have stopped and it's 6 o'clock. This will be posted online, it will be posted on our YouTube channel and you could rewatch it at any time. And I believe you get access to the chat as well. Is that true, Mr. Bayou?
Yes, you will be able to actually watch the chat in real time as you rewatch the video. So if you ever feel bored and you want to watch this again, it's there for you. Or if you came in late, you can watch the whole thing from the beginning as soon as we are done.
And we will send this presentation out to everyone in just a bit. So you'll have access to all the hyperlinks and surveys that we mentioned in this presentation. So just hang on a minute and we will get that to you through Parent Square. All right, that's all we have for you guys. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us tonight. We appreciate your support. And as Mr. Bayou said, and I know all of us feel the same way, we are so excited to get kids back on campus. Hopefully, if not this year, for sure next year, we're hoping. And we will continue to provide you with the latest and greatest information regarding, a possible school reopening. Thanks again and have a great night, everyone.
Muchas gracias por acompañarnos.
Good night. Thank
Night,
you.
everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Night.
Hold on.